Okay, I'm at the Legends Ultimate Atgames machine. I already logged into my account. Now what I need to do is show you what version I have. I have a 5.68. So let me zoom in here. Okay, so I have a 5.68, and this is the machine I have. Okay, this is, I think it's a 1.1, either 1.1 or 1.2. I have no slightest idea, but I do know that comparing to the people who got this 2 years ago, it looked very different than what I have. And my button layout is different. You have those design. And I think I only have 2 cables underneath here instead of 3 or 4. So this is 1 terabyte right here, Samsung, but this is running CoinOps. So I'm going to put in the one source flash drive. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate that. This is my 512 gigabyte SanDisk USB flash drive. I think it's a 3.1. I'm gonna remove this one. Let's go ahead and go to let me see, bring your own. And I think if you go to add-on X, press A. Let's see. System's acting weird. Okay. All right. Let me go back into add-on game. Okay. So you can see this is my CoinOps arcade game. So if you was to go into, see what's that. So those are the game from this list. Okay. And so this is my CoinOps running directly from, without using the CoinOps program. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and unplug, press B to get out. Let me go up to the top. Okay, so I'm gonna unplug this. I do not know do I need to reboot or not, and I'm gonna plug this in. Okay, now I'm gonna go to bring your own, go to the add-on X. Sorry, didn't know my screen was that low. Sorry about that. So what I did was showing you that I was in the other one. I went and unplugged the cable. So let me show you. I already unplugged the cable. I put the USB flash drive in here. Now I'm gonna go back to the add-on. Okay, let's see what it's telling me. No add-on. Okay, found. All right. So what I'm gonna do is power it off and power it back on, because when I power it on first time, I was plugged into the CoinOps version 5.0. So now I'm just plugging in with the new flash drive, and let's see if you recognize it. And then we're gonna see if we could install the one source in here, and if it worked, then we're gonna keep on adding more games like, you know, PlayStation, Open Board, Dreamcast. And I do not know does it work with Nintendo DS. I haven't seen I haven't seen Nintendo DS in the one source, so I do not know. I heard the guy who was in the video mention about Nintendo DS, so I don't know does Nintendo DS is in one source in the website or not. So it's going to take a while to boot up. It doesn't matter which one USB flash drive you put on, it's going to take a while to first boot up. All right, I'm still logging into the system, so that's good. I am in the latest version, 5.68. Yeah, 5.68.0. And now I'm gonna go to bring your own game. Okay, we're here in the machine. So first thing you want to do is go to here. And the first time I did it, I went up, redid the whole thing again just to make sure, because I couldn't figure out what I did wrong. So let's go out, get out of here, and I'll show you what happened. So when I boot up, first thing I do is log in to this. I know I'm kind of repeating this because the first time when I did it, I didn't get it working. So I went and reformat to NTFS, and you want to go to this one do not work. This is the one, so you press A. Now, last time I went to here, you want to go to game performance, okay? So let me zoom in and see if I could focus in that. So you want to get into game performance. Then you're going to press the A button. So you're going to press the A button, okay? And when you press that, that script thing is going to show up. And then the first thing you do is go here, highlight it, press the joystick to highlight it, then you press A again. So what I did is I moved the joystick over, and now I'm gonna press the A button, and then you're gonna get a black screen, okay? And once you get black screen, it's gonna show the loading, and then boom, the one source is loading. It load up. Now, I don't remember all the button yet because it's on the archives website. So make sure you print it out. I didn't print it out, so I don't remember where all the steps I need to. But this is a basic arcade basic build. So you have collection, and then so you can actually, I guess, listen to music, stuff like that. And then computer, you could have like computer game. Oh, that's interesting. And then the console. So right now I don't have any console or any handheld console copy over to this system yet, but I do have the arcade. Okay, so let's go ahead and press A to get into the arcade. And now it's listing all the game, and then collection. Okay. System, so it's based on the console system. Let's go to the Atgame because I don't have any of those things divided. So you got 769 game on the top, 769 game. And this is all the games that come with it. So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping that they have Tempest, so I could test out the trackball and the spinner. Make sure they all work. So let's go to T. So we got all the X-Men. That's cool. It should have the Tempest because I remember I was looking at the ROM folder and I remember seeing that in there. And he moved pretty fast. I'm still in W. And I guess you could like press the button, I guess S and or Z to go by alphabet, skipping by alphabet order. So you also have this game. And it's supposed to have sound and everything. If you get the right one, you should have those. Alright. I'm afraid to push any button because I'm not familiar with all the button pushing yet, so I apologize. But I just want to show you a quick demo that I did got it working. I used the basic one. And the video behind it will show you what I did and all that stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll probably will be copying the other console in here and do some demo on it. So there's a lot of game here. I think the game here, the listing is pretty much equivalent to what it is on the CoinOpsX. Here you go, Tempest. Alright, let's try the Tempest and see if the spinner, everything work for this new version. So let me zoom back out a little bit. There's a reflection on the light, so apologize for that. So I'm gonna press one player or X. Okay, so the rewind is the credit button, and P1 is a player 1. So let's start with this one. The spinner work, but it's not as fast as the previous version. See, as you could see, it doesn't spin all the way around when I turn the circle. I think you could I think there's a file they say that you need to delete. So I don't know if that will fix that. But yeah, the spinner is working slower. There's a game file that they recommend you delete if it's there. So I might have to do that. All right, let's go ahead and X out. You could do that. I think you press the rewind twice, or rewind player 1. Oop, wrong one. Let's try it. There you go. So if you press the player, if you press this button, the white one, and then you press this twice, it will take you out of the game. Okay. So you hold on this button, you hold it, and then you go 1, 2, and then that will kick you out of the game. All right, so that is the OneSource. OneSource, cool about OneSource is you could play Dreamcast, you could play PlayStation, you could play a lot of cool games that you cannot play previously with the CoinOpsX. And this one, I'm using the 1.1. I'm using the patch for 1.1 and 1.2. So if you have 1.1, the latest version of 1.2, your cabinet will look similar to mine, like this. Okay, you look like this. Okay, your button color would look similar to this, so that would mean you will have version 1.1. They don't say this is version 1.1 or not. It's just a hardware change. So the older one, I think they have extra button on top of here. The newer one only have what I have. Okay, so you got 2 of the button and 1 HDMI. I think the older one have a little bit different. So this is my version. It also come with 2 flipper, and I bought this from Sam. Man, I bought this regular price, so there was no special discount on this one. I think it was like 600 something. Yeah, I think it was on sale for $4.99, and I got it for 500 something after tax. So yeah, so I'm gonna press insert coin. Insert coin is the rewind button, and then player 1 is player 1. So good, you could pick any character. You're not stuck with just, you know, And we could turn the sound up. So send the sound up.
Hey, Crank, bring that statue back, you bloated beast.
Alright, so let's zoom in. Turn the light off. Yep.
Oh, shell shock. Let's get shell.
I couldn't believe that I died right away. Okay, so when you hold the middle button, it automatically is going to give you the other screen. Alright, let's turn this down before I get flagged for the music copyright. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So you got a lot of cool game. Actually have 1,769. I'm not reading this correctly. I'm sorry. It's not 700. I know the coin up roughly around 800, 900. I think roughly 800. This is 1,669 game. So yeah, there's a lot of game. It's gonna be more game here than because this one allow you to use different main version. So it's gonna be a lot more game than CoinOpsX version 5 could handle. So yeah, so it's working. So stay tuned. Watch the end of the video. It will show you where I download it, what did I download, and then the next video is what I'm gonna cover. And then also it tell you the credit to the guy named ThunderBob. He's the one who first introduced us to this, but he don't have this Auto Legends Atgame cabinet version 1.2. He have the older version, which is the first version when they released it 1.0, and they automatically play one source game, but we couldn't. So now, year 2022 April, they release it, and we didn't nobody really pay attention to it till now, 2023. So now we could play all kind of cool game. Also, I'm running the latest version. So to get out this whole thing, just press that home key like that, and you kick you straight back out. So it is a lot easier than the CoinOps. CoinOps have to, it take longer to boot up to the CoinOps and everything. But this one goes straight to the program. And now I don't know if you could play the game once you're here, but this is pretty cool. All right, so don't go to AUL performance, go to game performance, because first time I did that and I didn't work. Then I redid the whole thing and I went to game performance, then it worked. You do want to override it. When you are doing the patch, it's going to ask you, do you want to override something? You say yes, okay? Because you do want this version. You want to keep this version so it will work the script. And that's pretty much it on the setting. Just show you guys one more time what version I have. I have the latest version. The reason I have the latest version, before I have no choice, because in order for me to play the latest Dr. Sue pinball game, I have to upload to the 5.68. And you have to log in to the system in order for it to work. Okay? If that's all you need to know, just look at the description. It'll give you the link in the video, the person who talk about this more in detail, or you could continue watching and it will tell you more about where I got the stuff. Okay, later. Hi, Okay, we're here in the computer. First, we want to thank ThunderBob. I believe that's he go by ThunderBob. Make sure. ThunderBob. Yep, and that's his link, and that's his the video description. So I'm giving you the link so that you guys know where to watch his video. He's the one that actually the person that I watch to get this information from. So the first link you need is you need this one in order for it to work. So the one source current firmware conversion file. Okay. So I have the latest version, I believe is the 5.68, and in order to play the Dr. Sue pinball game, I have to update my ALU to my Atgame cabinet in order to play the new pinball that I just bought from them. So you have to download this, and I have the link at the bottom of the video description. Just click here on the link, and then you will have this. Now, what I normally do is I went and download all this because you never know, later on I might buy another cabinet. I think they're having a sale going on February 23rd, I think. I don't remember exact date, but in February they are going Atgames doing another sale. So if I decide to buy a small cabinet or a pinball cabinet or something, I can use one of this. Okay, and it tell you the description, which one that you need. And the one I need is this one, which is version 1.1 and 1.2, because I don't have the old version 1.0 cabinet. I have the newer one. So my cabinet looked different than other people who did the YouTube review on the Atgame, which is about 2 years ago. So mine is about less than a years old. So I'm going to use this one, and once I download it, I'm going to copy that over. So I'm going to put that in a directory called Firmware. So if you you have to decide which one you want, and just click on download. And I have already downloaded those, and then I unzip it, and this is what I'm going to copy into the root of my SD card. Okay, after I unzip it, so I already have a copy of that. It tells you what each of this does for. Like this is for the Core Max device, and this is for the cords that work on Game Pro, Chords, or Gamer Mini. Okay, and then this is the older version, which is the older version. And then now we are talking about a newer version that we never could get one source to work. Now you might ask, what's this video is about? It's because we cannot play other console. Like we have problem playing with other console because we don't have a different May version to run some of the arcade. So now with different May, like May 2013 plus 2013, May 2016, May 2000, 2003, we have all those now. So we could run a lot of cool games without having issue. So that's what this is, and then Final Burnout Neo. So you could run the full pack of Neo Geo Arcade without having the issue. And then also Dreamcast and Nintendo DS. So that's something I like to put onto my system. The next thing you want to download is the one source full build. But the problem is one source full build, it does not work. Okay, I have used the program called this one. Anytime you make a copy, it automatically generates into the link directory. To use this one, you just have to go to setting, and then you have to point the directory where you have the most space. Okay, going back to the one source full build, uh, this torrents doesn't really have anything. Okay, so if you was to download and activate it, it doesn't have. Let me show you. Okay, it will have this and the space disk fixer, but it doesn't include the full version. So if you're trying to download this, like I'm trying to download now, I'm using the download program, which is called download, and then I also I did a regular, like, when you right click it and then click on download directly from it, and it's taking forever, and this always stop. I did download like 600 gigabyte, but when I unzip it, it feels like there's something missing, even though it's a full-blown version. And same thing with this one. This one has repeated itself because my network went. It's called a down all explanation, and you could add this to your uh, Google Chrome browser, download internet browser. So I added that. So I'm using this to download, but it's still. Now, one thing I made a mistake is I always do click right here. If it failed, you want to click resume. You want to click on resume download. You don't want to like right here resume. Okay, you don't want to automatic click that, but still, I think it does repeat itself. If it fails, it just keep on repeating. And apparently, for some reason, this full-blown version, it have some corruption to it, so you cannot fully download it. It will stop. It won't work. Okay, so this is the second program, and the third program is just a regular browser. I just go to, I think it's, I just, not this one, sorry, this one. I just go to the right click and then download using the browser, and that doesn't work either. So it's 764.2 gigabyte. So and that does not work. So this one have more link. This one, the link will be on the description. This link, and it will give you information like if you want the 3 dual or Sega console, you could download the Sega console. I probably want to do the one that normally you don't have on the other system, which is the, I'm looking for like a Dreamcast or Nintendo DS. See if we can find some of those. Okay, we have the open board. So I like that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and download the tones, and I guess I'll leave it in. Let's put the new folder called one source pack, I guess. Okay, and then I'm gonna download that one, and then I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna download not the PSP. So I already could download SNK. So this torrent does not include the zip file. Some reason, sometimes the torrents forget to include it, like the same thing with the full version. And so when you download it, it's just going to download directly. Like this one is doing, download direct. But since this file is so big, it takes forever. So this is going to take roughly a couple hours to complete this one. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Okay, the file finished downloading the one source, and I just unzip it, and I got this folder content. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that content over to a fresh new flash drive. This is a SanDisk flash drive. It's 512 gigabyte. I didn't use 1 terabyte because eventually I will, because if I'm gonna put all the game on here, I probably will need to, but I have to move my 1 terabyte to another. I have a cold
CoinOps, which is doesn't need 1 terabyte. I might use that one for this one source. Okay, so just want to show you when I format it, I change it to originally was this when I got the SD card. So I format to NTFS and I just give myself a name so I know that what this flash drive is used for is for one source for a Atgame Legends Ultimate cabinet, and this is a 1.2 version that I have, and then I just click start, and then once it's finished I'm just going to take that. You could drag it over or you could just copy it. You could just do that and drop it, and that will give you the basic RK. It's about like a 1000 some game of RK, so it's a pretty good set just for RK. So it's going to transfer that file over, but there's something that is very important that you need in order to make the arcade, the not arcade Atgame work. Is the now this is the final banal some kind of patch for this, so I will also get that as well. So I'm going to copy that. Well, I'll do that next. But the main thing I need is the one called the fix. Let's see. Okay, I put it in a folder called Firmware, but this is not really a firmware. This is just the patch version, and the one I have is version 1.1 to 1.2. So I'm going to use this one. This is like the original one, the 1.0, and this is the POC. It's just like a square thing, and this is the Core Max that they have. And this is the one I have, so I went and unzipped this one, and this is what you need to make it work. And I believe the file you're going to run is in one of this file. This is, yeah, this one. So you're going to be running that file once it boot up. So I'm going to grab those and copy over. So I'm going to let this thing run, and when it finishes I'll copy this. I guess I'll copy the Neo Geo fix, and then I'll copy this over. Okay, the file finished transferring over. So what I'm going to do now is copy this. This is for it to boot up. So I'm going to copy that and paste that here. Now I haven't downloaded anything. Only thing I have now is mainly RK, the basic pack. So I don't have anything else. I want to see if it works first before I go through all that trouble, putting everything here and then find out that it doesn't work. Yes, I guess replace all. Okay, it's completed. Now I don't know. This is a dry fix. I don't know. Do I really need this dry fix, because this was, yes. Because I don't know if this is part of this thing here. Alright, it's just a jukebox. Okay, it doesn't hurt to copy this. So space saver fix version 1. And I'm gonna do it later. Okay, so I got the source. So if you download the basic short version, it gives you the basic and then this one. So I assume you need to copy this one as well. So I'm going to take that, copy it, and then paste. And I don't think I'm going to replace anything, because I should have copied that first before I copy the the dry firmware for this.
So let's do this. Okay, so it's updating the button down here. Alright, so this thing is done. Later on when I download more, I'll do a second video, but this mainly is just to see if it works. So everything is copied over. Now I just need to test it.